In the sleepy town of Hopkinsville, Kentucky, nestled between rolling hills and expansive fields, a young boy named Edgar Cayce discovered a peculiar talent that would one day make him a legend. Born in 1877, Edgar was a curious child, often found wandering the woods, his head filled with dreams of adventure and discovery. Little did he know that his destiny would soon take a turn toward the extraordinary. His fascination with literature began early, thanks to his mother, who encouraged his reading habit, filling their home with a variety of texts. However, school proved to be a challenge. Edgar struggled to keep up with his classmates, his mind wandering as he sat through lessons, but his intellect lay hidden beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to emerge. One fateful evening, Edgar experienced a moment that would change his life forever. While reading by candlelight, he noticed that he could recall information from the book with remarkable clarity. But this was just the beginning. That night, he decided to place the book under his pillow before drifting off to sleep. When he awoke the next morning, he found himself brimming with knowledge, able to recite passages and discuss ideas as if he had studied the material for years. At first, he chalked it up to a strange coincidence, but as the days passed, he began to realize that he had stumbled upon something extraordinary, something that would later be dubbed psychometry. The word psychometry comes from the Greek words psyche, meaning soul or mind, and metron, meaning measure. It refers to the ability to gain information about an object or its owner through physical contact, usually by holding or touching the item. While Edgar's experience with books was unique, many documented cases of psychometry throughout history reveal a rich tapestry of this phenomenon. For instance, the tale of the famous medium D.D. Home in the 19th century. Home was known for his remarkable ability to communicate with spirits, but he also demonstrated psychometric abilities. One evening during a seance, he held a watch belonging to a deceased individual. As he closed his eyes, the spirit of the owner appeared to him, revealing details about their life and untold secrets that left the audience in awe. In more recent times, renowned psychic and author John Edward gained notoriety for his ability to connect with those who had passed on. While his focus was primarily on mediumship, Edward occasionally displayed elements of psychometry by sensing energies from objects belonging to the deceased. As Edgar Cayce continued to explore his newfound ability, he began to develop a method that would enhance his psychometric talents. He discovered that not only could he absorb the information within the pages of a book, but he could also delve deeper into the essence of the authors themselves. By placing a book under his pillow, he felt an inexplicable connection to the thoughts, feelings, and experiences of its writer. As Edgar continued his work, word spread far beyond the borders of Kentucky. People traveled from all corners of the country to experience the magic of his psychometric readings. Edgar became a phenomenon, with people waiting weeks for appointments, each hoping to glean insights into their lives. Edgar's humble home transformed into a bustling hub of inquiry. People lined up, each with their own book, hoping to unlock the mysteries hidden within its pages. Edgar welcomed them with open arms, but the constant stream of visitors began to take a toll on his mental and physical well-being. He struggled to balance his desire to help others with the exhaustion that came from such intense focus and energy exchange. To cope, Edgar established a routine. Each evening, he would set aside time to read, placing several books under his pillow in preparation for a night of absorbing knowledge. He developed a comical yet effective mantra: "If I can't sleep, I might as well learn." This lighthearted approach kept his spirit high even as the weight of expectation loomed over him. The remarkable accuracy of his readings drew the attention of various scholars and academics. Some were skeptical, attributing Edgar's abilities to mere coincidence or keen intuition. Others sought to unlock the secrets behind his talent, hoping to replicate his success in psychometry. Despite the mounting interest in his abilities, Edgar remained grounded, preferring the simple pleasures of life. He enjoyed fishing in the nearby streams, relishing the tranquility it offered him after the long nights of studying. As his notoriety grew, so did the pressures that accompanied it. Skeptics began to challenge Edgar, questioning the legitimacy of his claims and demanding proof of his abilities. Some labeled him a charlatan, while others saw him as a genuine psychic. Edgar remained unfazed, understanding that skepticism was part of the journey. With his quick wit and humor, Edgar turned skepticism into a source of inspiration. He organized public demonstrations, inviting skeptics to witness his abilities firsthand. Each time he encouraged open dialogue, emphasizing that understanding should supersede judgment. Undeterred, Edgar continued his practice, vowing to demonstrate the power of psychometry without succumbing to the pressures of public scrutiny. One memorable encounter came when a local skeptic named Robert confronted Edgar at a community gathering. With a sly grin, Robert asked, "If you can absorb knowledge so easily, why don't you just read the entire library in one night?" Edgar chuckled, replying, "I prefer to savor my knowledge like a fine wine. Besides, have you ever tried to get through a library's worth of books in a single evening? It's exhausting." The crowd erupted in laughter, and even Robert couldn't help but crack a smile. Though the encounter began as an attack, it ended in camaraderie, showcasing Edgar's ability to diffuse tension with humor. Despite his success, Edgar was acutely aware that the world beyond Hopkinsville was vast and filled with untapped potential. He yearned to share his gifts on a broader scale, dreaming of traveling to distant cities and sharing the wonders of psychometry with others. However, the realities of life kept him tethered to his small town. One day, while reading a book on psychology, he stumbled upon the concept of hypnagogic states, the transitional phase between wakefulness and sleep. Inspired, he began experimenting with this state, finding that it heightened his abilities even further. As he drifted into this half-asleep state, he could access a well of knowledge that seemed to flow effortlessly into his consciousness. This revelation marked a turning point for Edgar. He decided to take a leap of faith and share his abilities with a wider audience. He wrote letters to various universities and spiritual organizations seeking opportunities to present his findings. Though responses varied from skepticism to outright dismissal, one particular letter reached the desk of a prominent researcher in the field of parapsychology. Dr. Elizabeth Harmon was intrigued by Edgar's claims and extended an invitation for him to present his findings at a conference in New York City. With a mixture of excitement and trepidation, Edgar accepted the invitation, knowing that this could be the chance he had longed for. Arriving in New York, Edgar found himself overwhelmed by the city's energy. The bustling streets, bright lights, and sounds contrasted sharply with the serene landscapes of Kentucky. He felt like a small fish in a vast ocean, but he was determined to make a splash. At the conference, Edgar was both nervous and exhilarated as he took the stage. The audience comprised a diverse mix of academics, skeptics, and enthusiasts, all eager to hear his story. He shared his experiences, detailing how he could absorb information from books and the implications of psychometry. Laughter erupted at his anecdotes, and the audience warmed to his charm. Despite the occasional challenge, Edgar's charisma and humor won over many, leaving an impression that extended beyond mere skepticism. Following the conference, Edgar's life began to change dramatically. He received invitations to speak at various events, engage in research, and collaborate with other psychics and mediums. His experiences opened doors to new friendships and connections, providing him with a network of like-minded individuals. As Edgar's reputation grew, he began receiving requests for personal readings. He approached each session with the same humor and humility that characterized his personality. One particularly memorable session involved a nervous young man who wanted to know whether he would get the job he had interviewed for. Edgar took the young man's resume and held it in his hand, closing his eyes for a moment. He felt a wave of energy wash over him, revealing fragments of information about the company and its dynamics. After a brief moment, he opened his eyes and grinned. "You're getting the job. But be prepared for a boss who loves to hear himself talk." The young man let out a nervous chuckle, relieved to receive positive news. However, not all sessions were lighthearted. Edgar encountered individuals with heavy burdens, people seeking closure from lost loved ones or grappling with difficult life decisions. He approached each reading with sensitivity, offering guidance that often blended humor with profound insights. His lightheartedness acted as a balm, helping others find comfort in their struggles. As years passed, Edgar Cayce solidified his place in the world of psychometry and beyond. His work laid the foundation for future researchers and enthusiasts, inspiring a new generation of psychics, mediums, and scholars. He authored numerous books on the subject, sharing his findings with the world, always maintaining his signature humor. In his later years, Edgar Cayce became known as the Sleepy Scholar, a title that encapsulated both his abilities and personality. His life was a tapestry woven with laughter, discovery, and connection. He understood that the heart of psychometry lay not just in the ability to absorb knowledge, but in the relationships forged along the way. Edgar's legacy lives on, a testament to the wonders of the human mind. His story serves as a reminder that even the most extraordinary gifts can emerge from the humblest of beginnings. As the tale of Edgar Cayce closes, it opens the door to a world filled with possibility, reminding listeners that there's always more to discover, learn, and laugh about, even in the most unexpected places.